What do you think is missing from the national dialogue when it comes to this topic? Because, as you know, Colombia has been in the spotlight for a month now. The conflict in Gaza, as well as Ukraine, around the world continues. What's missing?
What's missing is that this is all the real human interaction is getting drowned out by the headlines, the media headlines, the social media headlines, the money behind those media and social media headlines, the political election that is driving the money behind those media and social media headlines. I mean, that's it. Look, before I gave my speech, Jerry Seinfeld gave his speech at Duke. And, they also had, a whole bunch of students that were saying, we've got to protest, we've got to walk out. I saw what happened. 30 students walked out. Okay, 30 in the middle of Jewish Jerry Seinfeld, who, has taken photos with the IDF and has definitely been on one side politically of this fight. 30 students, that was it. He gave a respectful, upbeat, funny speech, and the vast majority of the students were there chanting his name, applauding for him, and yet the story all weekend was, all of this disruption at Duke. Not true. Completely not true. But that story does not benefit all of the actors on the extremes who are the ones that want to drive this conversation. And that's the problem. That's what's missing. And that's why I'm here talking with you today, because I know the reality is absolutely not what's been in the headlines. And we need to do a better job for the students who are our future. We need to take more responsibility for that.
Well, you beat Jerry Seinfeld because you had 0 students walk out
Zero.
in your speech.
At Columbia. I think that's a big deal. God bless these students. I tell you, I thought they were wonderful.
So do you think the media is really missing the nuance of this story and of this conflict?
Oh my God, do I think it? Of course I think it. It's overwhelming. I mean, it is not exciting. The media is mostly not a thoughtful 30-minute conversation that you and I are having right now. The media is mostly a 3-minute, a 4-minute soundbite, and it's not even that. It's the headline that people frequently don't even click through that is supposed to be what is the condensed version of that 3 to 4 minutes, but it's always the most heated, most salacious bit of that 3 and 4 minutes, which is then algorithmically promoted. It's horrible. So yeah, if you're watching the media, you are not understanding what's happening in the campuses. We at my firm, G0 Media, we had student reporters down there at Columbia for a couple weeks putting information out for our followers. And it was like you were talking about a different planet. It wasn't at all what was being covered in the media.
Well, Ian Bremmer, I appreciate your time. I appreciate the nuanced conversation. Thank you so much for joining me.
My pleasure.